Good morning. This is so great. I'm so happy to see everyone here this morning. Welcome to day one of Blue Ridge Ruby 2026. I'm Jeremy Smith. Yeah, thank you. We're back. This is amazing. I'm Jeremy Smith. I'm one of the conference organizers, along with Mark Locklear and Joe Peck, who you've seen probably around, although you might know us better by our Ash Villager characters. If you haven't gotten your Ash Villager character, you need to check this out. So it's ashvillagers.blueridgeruby.com. One of our attendees, Joshua, actually two attendees, both named Joshua, helped build this app. It's fantastic, and I loved having these characters. The idea of these, I grew up reading to my kids the Richard Scarry books, and I thought this would be really fun, way to show our profiles or whatever. So you should do that, because I'm getting a kick out of seeing everybody's as I scroll through. So we and our whole volunteer team, which is a pretty extensive team, a lot of people, we're so glad that you could join us today in Asheville. And I just want to say, the Ruby language and the Ruby community have both had a huge impact on my professional, personal, and creative life. And I think most of us here would say the same. So thank you for joining us to celebrate in that. Thanks. I'm going to get into some logistics here in a minute, but I wanted to start with a brief meditation, if you'll allow me. So lately I've been thinking a lot about DuckTales. And no, I'm not talking about the 2017 reboot, which I'm sure was fine. I'm talking about the one, the true, the original DuckTales. I'm loving this. That aired between 1987 and 1990. This show had well-developed characters, solid writing, quality animation, multi-episode story arcs, and one of the best theme songs ever written. As a child of the 80s and 90s, and an avid watcher of the shows that came before and the shows that came after, I consider this the peak of Saturday morning cartoons. Some might argue with me on this, but I'd even go so far as to call it a golden age. I consider myself fortunate to have experienced this golden age at the ideal time of life when I could most appreciate it. And for those of you either too old or too young, I'm truly sorry that you missed out. I've come to believe that not all golden ages occur at the scale of cultures and societies. Some are miniature, some are personal in scale. A deeply meaningful one for me occurred 10 years ago. It's what I've come to think of as the golden age of Minecraft in my family. I think I first introduced my three kids, Reagan, Porter, and Jade, to Minecraft in 2015, and we began playing together, first with me playing and them watching, and over the next year or two, all of us playing together or taking turns. In my experience, kids peak in interest in Minecraft between ages 8 and 12. Younger than 8, and they can't quite pick it up very well, or are too scared by mobs in the nether. Older than 12, they're usually developing other interests as they head on toward their teen years, but this period was a period of obsession. And it wasn't just them, it was me too. I was equally obsessed. For 3 to 4 years, it was the perfect alignment of our interest, discovery, and excitement. Every night at the dinner table, we'd be talking about new things we discovered, to learning how to craft on the crafting table, or how to make different kinds of enchantments, how to breed horses, which the kids always love, or the different uses of blaze rods. And most evenings, we'd be huddled on the couch with 1 or 2 laptops building our worlds together. I always think of that line in Inception when Leonardo DiCaprio says, we built the world for ourselves. We did that for years. My kids are older now. Reagan is a sophomore in college, studying abroad this semester. Porter is busy with acting and fashion and music and a girlfriend. And Jade, my youngest, who's almost 14, did actually ask me if I wanted to play Minecraft the other day, but I know it was mostly for old time's sake. But lest you think I'm just simply waxing nostalgic, I have to explain that at that very same time, 10 years ago, I was living through the longest and worst, and hopefully last, depression of my life. I was doing everything I could to hold things together and keep things normal for my family, but I was falling apart inside, and it was a very dark time. So believe me when I tell you, I do not want to go back to 2016. But on the other hand, those times with my 3 young kids and the memories that we made together, I wouldn't trade for anything. A few things have become clear to me now. 1, golden ages and dark times often coexist. 2, I have trouble recognizing golden ages until they've passed. I don't have the same problem with dark times. 3, I have very little control over when and in what context golden ages or dark times begin or end. You might be wondering why I'm starting us off on something so heavy this morning. I don't know how it's been for you, but the past year has been pretty challenging for me, both professionally and personally. So much volatility, so much uncertainty, so much tension, so much to absorb and metabolize and process and reorient to. It's been exhausting, it's been trying, and at points it's been dark. But I guess that's kind of why I keep thinking about DuckTales. Maybe you've seen this meme format going around. There are cathedrals everywhere for those with eyes to see them. I love this meme so much. And it's made me wonder if perhaps there are golden ages everywhere for those with eyes to see them. Moments in time where someday we'll look back and say, that was so peak. The question I've been asking myself lately is, where's the golden age right in front of me? Dark times or not, I don't want to miss it. So, thank you for being here. I want to thank so many people today. I especially want to thank our sponsors. The combination of attendees and sponsors makes something like this happen. We couldn't do it without either. Okay, thank you. Sorry, thanks. Thanks. You can count that rough transition because I was finishing this up at 2:30 this morning, so that's why. I want to thank our sponsors. They really came through this year, and I'm so glad, so thankful. Jason Bosco from TypeSense, he's our Ruby sponsor of the year, and he couldn't be here, but he's a great guy, and I'd love to talk. I'll be telling you more about TypeSense in the probably later today. Simplify, Eric and Fatty from Simplify, thank you so much for being here. They're hiring. They're in Greenville if you want to talk to them. An anonymous person also was a sponsor this year. I'm so thankful for them. Really generous. Also, Judo Scale Adam back this year. So glad to have him. Ernesto from Fast Ruby. Really glad to have him here. Sarah from Scout. And hi, Rude's me. Don't worry about that. And then Avo. I don't know if you... Actually, this is a good time to bring this up. Some people may not know about the Ruby Passport. This is pretty awesome. It's new. It's kind of a new thing. It started at Rails World, I think this past fall. Is that right? Okay, thank you. They're blurring together for me at this point. So my friend Adrian runs Friendly RB, and he's also owns Avo, and he's huge in the Ruby community. He's like a wonderful guy. He came up with this concept of creating like a memorabilia item. It looks just like a passport. Actually, keep it with my passport, my regular passport. You have to go through an embassy process. Some of you have maybe already started that or have already gone through that. And once you're done, you're going to get a stamp from this conference. And then you can take your passport to any other Ruby conference, hopefully just about any other, and also get it stamped. So I've got a few stamps already. I've got Rails World in Amsterdam this past year, SF Ruby back in November. I'm going to get my Blue Ridge stamp either today or tomorrow. Really excited about that. Thank you to Joshua for designing our stamp. Joshua Wenning here. This is a really cool thing. So if you haven't seen it, it's awesome. Really fun. And Katya's done a great job of setting up the embassy experience. So thanks for that. And just to be clear, thank you to Avo for the passports. I got a big box of passports from Bucharest. I was waiting for this thing to come through and make it through customs. So that was awesome. Anyway. Okay, a few things to think about. This is a reference slide if you want to take a picture of it. This has a Wi-Fi, has my phone number if there are any emergencies, the Slack invite if you haven't gotten it. I would recommend it. You may hate having Slack on your phone. I totally understand that. During the conference, it might be helpful. Just for social plans, if we need to change things last minute, it's kind of the easiest way to do that and make sure everyone's on board. So that's the Slack invite. That's the Wi-Fi. Hopefully everything works. It should work here in the auditorium as well as down in the suites down the street level. You've probably seen our schedule. Format is usually roughly 30-minute talks, 30-minute breaks. You'll hear a gong for the regathering. I talked about main communications for Slack. Check out those channels. If you have any specific questions for me or Mark or Joe, use the Ask the Organizers. We'll also be checking general, but that one in particular. And then social plans. I know at conferences, when I'm new to a conference, it's particularly stressful trying to figure out, am I going to find groups to go out to lunch with, to dinner with, all that kind of stuff. So check those things, watch for people. And if you see somebody standing around that doesn't look like they have a group to go with, invite them with your crew. If you can do that. That would mean a lot to me, and I know it would mean a lot to everybody else who might feel new here. I'll mention restrooms real quick. There is a women's restroom on the second floor, just up this first flight of steps in the back. The men's is on the first floor, and there are private restrooms. There are 2 of them in suites A and B down on the street level. Code of conduct. Real quick, we have a code of conduct. You can read it, but basically it boils down to this: no harassment, no sexual language or imagery. If you have any questions or concerns at all, please contact myself or Mark, okay? Hopefully there's none, but if there are, please find us. We're going to have a 2-hour open lunch, as long as we maintain schedule. That's my plan. And hopefully that's plenty of time to get out and see Asheville. We're going to be posting, one of our volunteers, Christopher, he created a fantastic lunch guide with all of the places in the area, how far it is to walk, price levels, all kinds of stuff. So we'll be posting that. Christopher, I don't know if you're in here, but if you are, if you don't mind posting it in the suite, thank you. He'll post that on Slack, and that would be good. Also, the app, right? We can use the My Blue Ridge for organizing. Yeah. So Katya has created the My Blue Ridge app, so you can self-organize groups. So you're also able to do that through there. So check that out as well. What else am I gonna say? Oh yeah, and make sure that you're back right at 2 o'clock, if not earlier, for something called Sudden Jest. We have something really fun, I think. I know it's going to be fun. And if you saw my message in Slack, we're looking for contestants for Sudden Jest. We just talked just a bit ago, and we're going to bump up the number of contestants to teams of 3. So I want... Yes, we need more people. So if you're interested in being on a team, I will have to figure out more prizes. Just realized that. Okay, I will. Yeah, no, I can do this. I can figure this out. Yeah, some of them won't snap. We'll think about that. All right, there will be prizes. All right, I promise you this. Well, I'll make sure there are prizes. Shoot, where are my prizes? Dang it. Could somebody in here that might know, there is a bag back by the registration table that has it's like a shopping bag from Whist. Thank you, Jonathan. I think it's by the registration table. If not, look around. Thank you. I'm gonna need them in a second. I totally forgot. Sorry. Okay, yeah, so be back for Sudden Jest. Lightning Talks. People are already signing up for Lightning Talks. I don't know, do you know how full we are? 6 taken. Okay, there are 4 spots. So if you thought, laptops opening already. Yes, you probably need to get in there. And if you decide later that you're not gonna take one of those spots, please cancel out so somebody else can come in and take the spot. We have 10. That's kind of like our cap for the... Yeah, talk to Katya about that. But that's going to be really fun. That's tomorrow after lunch. tonight we have our roundtable discussion, and some of you, or maybe most of you, know a little bit about that. I felt like this was, I don't know, we're going through a moment in our industry, and I keep thinking, like, who do I want to talk to about AI stuff? Do I want to talk to, like, people online, like Twitter folks, Twitter follow people? Like, for me, for my money, I'd rather talk to Rubyists. These are my people, and these are the folks that I think of as, like, the group that I philosophically or aesthetically align with. And so I want to hear what Rubyists have to say about what we're doing right now, and how it affects all of us. So tonight, from 7 to 9, we're going to have a roundtable discussion back in here, and it's going to be open. We're not really doing like a panel thing. It's really a place to express ourselves. I'll put some sort of rough boundaries on the discussion. I'm hoping that it's positive and really helpful for everyone. I also want to hear from various kinds of voices. So I want to hear from business owners. I want to hear from ICs. I want to hear from people just getting into Ruby, as well as senior, long-term Rubyists. I want to hear, like, all over this and how it's impacting all of us and what we're thinking about it. And hopefully there are things that you figured out that somebody else here needs to hear, and vice versa. So I'm hoping that can be a time that we come together as a community. I think I've been reading a book called Crisis Engineering right now, and they talk about crisis as a failure of sense-making. And sense-making, they say, is done in community. And so I've been thinking about that a lot. When we try to understand what's happening through a change, we actually figure out, make sense of it in a group. Oh, Jonathan, thank you. So I'm hoping tonight for that 2 hours, there's a little slice of sense-making in that period that we come away feeling better for. So hope you can make it for that. Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, how are we doing on time? 9:30. I can't remember our schedule. Well, yeah, if only there was an app. How far? Where? Does anybody know? It's 9:30 when we're supposed to talk. Yeah, okay. All right, I'm going to go a couple minutes over, but hopefully not too far off. All right, Saturday. Can you raise your hand if you're going to be around for Saturday? You think you'll be around doing stuff with folks? Okay, I just want to get a sense. Okay, so we're going to have a hack day from 9 to 4 down in those suites, those rooms we have on Saturday. I've even got more coffee coming in on Saturday, and by the look of all the pastries, we're going to have a ton of food, too. So everyone better bring their appetites. I'm just kidding. You don't have to eat it. Like, you don't. Like, nobody laughed, so I was thinking, like, they must not like these pastries or something. So it's cool. It's cool. The hack day, I'm hoping, is a really good opportunity for people that really want together and get together and work on some projects. I'm hoping people that are just testing out Ruby get a chance to do that with some more experienced Rubyists. People that want to make some open source contributions. I've heard there's a talk about that, so I'm excited what might come out of that and what might inspire some of you. Also, it's also just a great space to hang out. So we've also just got that space. Like, if you don't want to go on a hike, or something like that, you're an indoor enthusiast, you're welcome just to hang out in the suites, maybe show everyone your favorite AI harness or something, I don't know. That's also totally cool. And it might be an opportunity to have some birds of a feather conversations if you are, a SaaS business owner, or you're a consultant, or whatever it is, you're in a job transition. You're welcome to organize and make a little group and plan a time and just sit down and hash it out. So that's like a perfect place for that. You're also welcome to go hike and go see the mountains and everything else here. I definitely encourage that as well. Okay, and if you make plans other than the hack day, please post them, use the app, use My Blue Ridge. You can post your plans there. Try to include people. There's so many great things to do in this town, and in my experience, going to a Ruby event and then spending the day after with a bunch of the people that I was in the event with really solidifies the friendships that I made and makes the experience much more rich and memorable. Some of my favorite days, truly favorite days in the past few years, one, the day after Friendly RB in Bucharest, we took a 2-hour train ride up into the Transylvanian mountains and walked through, like, we went up to this castle in Transylvania, and then hiked up to the top of this mountain, and then came down, and the village was having, like, this fair, like, this festival, and we're eating all this street food from Romania. It was amazing. One of the best days of my life. Another one, the day after Rails World in Toronto, maybe last year, spent the day, like, going out to the Toronto Island and just walking and talking with friends and eating all this good food. I had Ethiopian for the first time, and I'll just never forget it. It was fantastic. So you can do that too. You can make those plans with people and have memories that you'll think of, forever. Social media. If you're on social, it's cool. If you're not, and I guess there's Blue Sky. There is Blue Sky. I should have mentioned that. Tag us. We'd love to see it. I'd love to see your pictures. So if you post, I would love to see them. I'm terrible at taking pictures, but then I always want to look back and see them. So I'd love to see yours. Okay, giveaways. How are we doing on time? All right. I'm gonna do. I can't do math right now. I'm gonna do 2 giveaways right now. No, I'm gonna do 3. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. These are superlatives. The first one is, who here has the oldest public gist? Who thinks they have the oldest public gist? If you know what I'm talking about, GitHub has gist. Jonathan, okay. How old? All right. If you think that you have the oldest public gist, yeah. You can go to gist.github.com and check it out. Maybe this one won't go very well. Yeah, Mike?
I have 12 years. So.
12? Yeah? Can anyone beat 12? 17. And anyone else? 15? 17? Okay, can you see the dates, the date stamps? You probably can't hover on your phone. June 16, 2009. Eric? Eric, if you don't tell us the date, I can't give you a prize. Okay, I think, sorry. 18. Dang, Matt. Can anyone top 18? I feel like an auctioneer right now. I'm just not talking fast enough. All right, I think we're gonna call it Matt. Matt, you gotta come up and get a prize. Go ahead and give him a round of applause. I gotta get these prizes out here. All right, so. Say, here. Say.
Pages controller.
A controller. A Pages controller. All right.
Or just 50726.
50726. That sounds like a vintage gist right there.
Do I get tagged? Is this the deal?
You can select any prize here.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
All
right. I probably should talk about these,
I'll take this
but I don't really have time. Oh, he got the friendship bracelet kit. Oh, I love it. I thought that one was cool. Yeah, all right. If you're a competitive person, you like prizes, I'm not even big into prizes, but it seems fun. So I'm doing it, I picked things that I liked at this cool place in West Asheville. By the way, if you're from Asheville, West Asheville is where all the Ashevilleans live. That's like where people actually go. So if you're around and you want to see what the locals do, it's usually West Asheville. But there's a really cool place called Whist, and I got all the cool prizes over there. You feel free to come up and take a look and covet the ones you want. I was telling the lady, I was doing this, and she was like, "Oh, you should do it like with stealing, like Secret Santa or like with steals." I was like, "Oh, maybe I should." But then I was like, maybe it's too chaotic. Yeah, I don't. If somebody steals Matt's friendship bracelet kit, he might throw hands, so don't want that to happen. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you all. I think we're gonna maybe take 2 minutes, and then we're gonna bring up Jonathan for our first talk. Thanks.